Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and let me shake again your brain cells and make you think very deeply about some very crazy topics. Now, at the bottom we have current Quarry machines. These machines are quite big. They're quite huge, guys, because a normal human being, as you can see here, would be the size of like this person here, like very small size, and we're looking at a monster machine. These machines literally make quarries. They cut down small mountains, and that's exactly what we see across the world in many landmarks. Go to the Himalayas, go to, of course, one of the most famous ones in USA. The Grand Canyon, for example, shows exactly that this, I would say, structure, and as you can see, uniformity here, is effectively machines or even advanced lasers back in the day, which the ancient civilizations used to basically dig down underground and take all of the good resources from planet Earth. And they left, as you can see here, very perfect cuts, and the quarries are just so obvious, guys. It's just shocking, isn't it? I mean, effectively that area had so many resources and they were just plugged clean 100%. Just goes to show that effectively our history is so different than what they've told you. Now, look at something also quite crazy. These are the heads of we see in ancient Egypt, okay, and we see these elongated skulls. Now, people, some tribes from Africa actually tried to simulate this. Of course, their success is very low because they can never make this a long shape, but these people actually try to do this because they're trying to emulate the deities which they kind of adore, which were basically of an elongated head. So these people are trying to emulate their gods, and these were the ancient gods, okay, which had very long skulls because they were obviously much more developed. Their brains were just super developed, and yeah, we see this in ancient Egypt quite a lot, which is quite crazy. But we see this in many other parts of the world. For example, the Maya, the Akan, the Olmec, and of course even in Syria. This, guys, shows something quite astonishing. This ancient civilization, which was with elongated head, this was not normal because you cannot make, it doesn't matter how much you try to elongate a head, you can maybe make some progress. Like here, for example, if you do it from birth, you can do a bit. As you can see here, there's a slide there, elongation there, but you can never ever make it like this or like this or like this. Okay, it's just too much. Just too much. So these particular heads were representations of the ancient, so to speak, gods or advanced civilizations of the world back in the day. Look at this one here, for example. This is a surgery done in ancient Latin America. I believe this is about more than 2000 years old, 2000 and something, okay? And it was basically a surgery done which they put a gold plate on the head, and it healed quite well. The person did not die of any infection. Now, who the heck has surgery technology more than 2000 years ago to perform the surgery? It's just physically impossible, isn't it? Unless the civilization which made this possible no longer exists and it was much more advanced than we can know. Now, even Japan has something quite shocking. This is from Japan, guys. This is carved in literally solid massive stone. Look at the cuts here, which are literally 90 degrees perfect. As obviously, as you can see here, this is made with a machine. I mean, the difference of like level here is identical. Look at this. Look at the cut here. It's just beautiful. 90 degrees, sharp angles, almost like it was made with a laser tool or something of that sort, or like a super high powerful like jet of something. I have no idea, guys. Why would they make that? This is, by the way, from the 1600s. I would say more like 1600 or like 1650 during the Japanese times. So basically early 17th century. Why the heck would literally people back in Japan make so much effort to build this gigantic, massive structure? Okay, when back in the day over there, they were struggling, they had issues, they had lots of wars, lots of famine. I just don't see the sense. And what, just some random monks just decide one day to just gather together and just bang their heads against the wall and devise a technique which is so advanced that they're going to make this crazy thing? I mean, trust me, I mean, you may want to believe this, but I just cannot, because this is just screaming to me ancient lost technology. Let's go to the other one. This one, guys, is a lost city found in India. Do you guys remember the Mahabharata? The Mahabharata, one of the ancient Vedas from India, talks about explosions which are high with nuclear explosions, okay? The Nebuchadnezzar emperor in his seal shows bombs, for example, and the buildings which are found underground here show radiation. So we're talking about a building which is more than 1,000 years old. These are ruins which are literally more than 1,000 years old, which show radiation and melting, which is only possible with extremely high temperatures. So basically, to summarize it to you guys, effectively, back in the day, a major cataclysm happened in this part of India where a nuclear or thermal explosion happened, okay, and effectively it destroyed an entire city, country, or a small civilization. That's right. And this is recorded in the Mahabharata, in the Indian Vedas, okay, which is one of the most important Vedas. It actually explains it quite clearly and even says how the explosion like melts everything away, and the soldiers and like the carriages were melting and the buildings were melting, and people would just see like a strong heat of flash, and like bones would just people would just become bones instantaneously, basically telling exactly what happens when a supermassive thermic bomb goes off, effectively, guys. This is just shocking. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, hopefully you understood that things are not as they seem, and this is a prime example of something quite impressive and quite important. The history as we know it is completely manipulated, and these particular events showcase something astonishing. Cultures, resets, advanced technology which literally obliterated the resources of Earth. I mean, right now, if you guys don't know this, I'm going to tell you guys, right now the biomass of Earth is only about 1% of what it was about 1 million years ago. Only 1%. So about 1 million years ago, something crazy happened on Earth which reduced the biomass of the whole Earth by 99%. Okay? Crazy stuff, isn't it, guys? But anyway, that's it for today's video. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Leave me a like because that supports the channel so much. And as always, I shall talk to you later in the next upload.